In this video, we will cover chapter 1.5 of the book Spring Boot Quick Start. This chapter describes how to clone project from GitHub repository. We have already covered the steps needed in the previous video, but now we will follow these steps to actually clone one of the projects from the repository by using IntelliJ. So the first thing that we need to do is to get the repository URL of the project we want to clone. We have said that every project has a G icon on the right side, which we need to click to get the URL of that repository. So in this case, let's then copy this URL, which leads to a repository of the project Spring Boot Simple. Now we need to use IntelliJ to import this to clone this repository project as described here. So let's open IntelliJ and go to File, New Project from Version Control. Here we can enter URL and below we can specify directory and the name where the project should be recreated, cloned. And then we can press clone. This has created the project, and in this case this is a simple Spring Boot web application. To confirm that project is properly cloned, we can run it by pressing the green arrow. Now the application is running, and since this is a web application, we can now use Google Chrome to send HTTP request to the application, and the application will return this string as it is defined here in the controller endpoint hello. So we have now shown how to follow the steps that allows us to clone a project from a repository, which is useful if you don't want to manually follow steps in order to create project from scratch. This is the project that we have cloned that has one controller and one endpoint. And by pressing on this G icon, we were able to go to its repository and copy URL of the repository in order to later use it to clone the project.